Hey everybody! So as you know, my name is Kianti Ayshea and this is Blue Aura Healing Guidance and Tarot. This is going to be a reading for my air element, okay? So if you are an Aquarius, a Libra, or a Gemini, then this message is for you, okay? It is intended for you. And also, if you are connected to an air element and you want to see what is going down with them, you are more than welcome to stay around as well, okay? So let us just see what Spirit has to say to our air signs on today. Also, guys, if you have not already, go ahead and subscribe and make sure that you click the bell so that you are notified whenever I do release new videos and content, whether it be collective energy, whether it be specifically for your air element signs, okay, or whatever it is, okay? Just make sure you click the bell so you are notified. So first card out we have for you guys is the Magic Zone. Now, from this energy, like I said, because this is take 2, so like I said in the original video, a lot of you guys were going through quite a bit in your lives, okay, as we all are at this time. But even before this, you guys were going through things with your finances. You were going through things with your career. You were going through a lot of changes when it comes to your assets and your sense of security, okay? So things were just all over the place. This card says the exhilaration of discombobulation, the magic zone, okay? I feel like a lot of you went through minor or maybe even severe depression, okay? Mild or severe depression. At one point or another, because your emotions had gotten the best of you while you were dealing with whatever you're dealing with. Now, also keep in mind, guys, you are an air element. So your emotions getting the best of you is not like you, okay? Air elements, you guys use your logic. You think with your mind a lot of the time, okay? You can use your heart, but I mean, that's second to your brain. It's second to your thoughts. You know what I mean? But this is one of those things where you weren't necessarily in sync, okay? Your mind was all over the place and your emotions were all over the place. So this led to depression. Yet and still, a lot of you, while you were in this blue energy or while you were in this funk, so to say, you realized the blessing in disguise, okay? Maybe Spirit was lightening a lot of your loads or refocusing your attention on your priorities or getting you to really ground yourself in what you wanted, okay? So you can focus on that. The thing about intention when it comes to manifestation, right? Those two things should be hand in hand and in sync, okay? People try to manifest things a lot of the time without the proper intention behind it. If it's not benefiting everybody involved to the best of, everybody's benefit, it's not happening, okay? 9 out of 10 times it's not going down because it's only benefiting you. It's selfish, something like that. But when you're thinking about the well-being of everyone involved, it's likely to occur, okay? So you got to think about what your intentions are. Maybe Spirit needed to put you guys through something to teach you some very, very valuable lessons, because after this comes a lot of wisdom, all right? So the next card is stand up and be recognized. Now this says, behold, you are the inspiration you've been looking for. So while you were dealing with those dark times, some of you didn't know who to turn to, who to talk to. So you kept a lot of your feelings and emotions to yourself. I feel like a lot of you already don't verbalize how you feel already. So now you're stepping into a more sociable energy where you're communicating a lot more with family and friends in ways where maybe you were restricting yourself or holding back. Maybe some of you had even cut off some relationships or kind of snubbed or deaded certain connections, okay? And now you're rekindling those, okay, during this quarantine period, right? But however you choose to look at it from a bright side, because you guys went through this and then you realized the beauty in the mess, okay? So, yeah, that's how I take this. Also, with this being 43, that's 7, spiritual ascension for a lot of you who are already awakened and just going through different levels of ascension. Spiritual awakening for those of you who were not already, okay, and then went through this, and this was your awakening. This was your dark night of the soul, okay? For others of you, some of you were doing shadow healing during this period. Like I said, a lot of karmic clearing, okay, making sure that you weren't repeating certain cycles, but instead you were elevating and you were graduating to the next level, okay, like leveling up type shit. Then we also have afterglow here, okay? 40, prior to getting to that, but 40 is stability, okay? So stabilizing yourself. Like I said, what you went through when you felt like you weren't secure, whatever you went through with your assets, what you own, your jobs, your car, your house, whatever was dealing with your livelihood, okay, or your sense of feeling secure, okay? And then getting to this place of now recognizing why you went through that, After having gone through that, now you're stronger. You have wisdom. You know what you will do, what you will not do, how your money needs to be spent, when the bills need to be paid, how things need to be lined up, what to check for in the books, all type of stuff like that. Okay, how to keep things in their place. All right, and then afterglow, it says land gracefully. So I feel like a lot of you have really truthfully come out of this dark space and have now gotten to a better place in life. Especially with this being number 13, this is like some type of transformation, right? This is like a death of, like I said, your old way of being and now becoming this new energy because you have gone through something. And a lot of the time it takes us going through something to realize something. So whatever this thing is what you needed to go through in order to see the bigger picture here, okay? All right, and then that underlining energy was where you are is where it's at, okay? So some of you may have been feeling, how do I put it, a bit lost, a bit confused, and Spirit guided you to a new place, to a new area. Maybe this is an area you've been in before, maybe it's not. But for some of you, you're going to be moving, okay? Now, I know what's going on with this pandemic. I understand. But I also know that when Spirit tells you to do something, it's typically because Spirit is telling you to follow what's best for you. And lo and behold, underneath that, we have North Star, okay? For a lot of you who are into astrology and everything like that, your natal chart, you follow it or you study it, whatever. This says flip your inner switch. Exactly. So if Spirit is guiding you towards something, even if the rest of the world is going through whatever we're going through, and Spirit is telling you something, you have to follow that. You have to listen to that guidance, right? That's just what I'm getting here. I'm seeing her looking at something, and the beam of light that I'm seeing is going in this direction here, okay, where it's kind of like you're just following what it is Spirit is telling you to do. But it says stay still until you are divinely moved, okay? So I feel like in this meanwhile, some of you are actually still going through this little depression state here. Okay, and while you're going through this, Spirit is saying, hey, don't move. You know, while you're doing this, I'm working some things out behind the scenes. Okay, and afterwards, Spirit is saying you're going to land gracefully. Everything's going to be fine. Spirit is going to move you to a new area, to a new location, get you far away from whatever this discombobulation was. Okay, so that's really, really positive energy. Let's see what other messages we can get here for our air signs. Messages for our air signs. It says focus on your priorities. All right, it says where you put your focus is where you receive your outcome. Your priorities are calling to you, which may produce a feeling of anxiety unless you give them the time and attention they and you deserve. Even a small amount of time devoted to your priorities will help you feel better and more confident, okay? So, with this being said, some of us really need to focus on, like I said, our priorities. And this is why Spirit took us through whatever that little dark moment was that we went through or that we're going through, okay? We have partnership here, all right? Maybe some of us were drifting away from our partners. Maybe some of us were, I don't know, being a little too independent, not really working in a team, okay? I also feel like I said here, maybe some of us were doubting our partners, okay? There was quite a lot going on, okay? So there's quite a few messages coming through. But it says, allow healthful, supportive partnerships into your personal life and career, and both parties benefit as a result. You are receiving help from heaven and from a person who brings needed skills and resources, okay? So some of you really were not expecting, you know, your partner to come through. They came through, which is another message that I'm picking up on here, okay? Maybe that person had to go through whatever they were going through in order to shift their priorities, okay? It says quiet retreat. Quiet retreats, okay? Remember that stand still until you are divinely moved. All right, it says it's time to disconnect from the outer world so that you can discern and process your true thoughts and feelings from your inner world. Create this quiet time for yourself and you'll have more clarity about what to do next, okay? So I feel like while you guys were going through that time, like I said, you separated yourself from family, friends, and whatever else you disconnected yourself from while you were going through this mild depression, or some of you were even, like I said, going through severe depression. While you were in this quiet retreat, you got the clarity about what you wanted to do, and that's when you're going to go ahead, okay? But this is going to happen after you stand still, you know, and listen to what it is Spirit wants to tell you. So while you're standing still, though, look at this. Visualize abundance in all forms, okay? Because you're manifesting. You don't have anything else to do, all right? It says block out distractions, underlining energy, right? So while you're in this quiet space, or while we have all of this time and you're an air element, use that mental power to visualize abundance here. right? But it says God gave you such great spiritual power that everything you visualize eventually becomes reality. So hold a steady vision of that which is beautiful, healthful, positive, and filled with blessings, and that is what you will experience, okay? And I love this card because look at her little dress, right? All shimmering and whatnot. And I really love the underlying energy as well, because distractions, right? When you are in a funk or you're in a funky position in life, you're not thinking the best things, right? You're not thinking the best things about what's to come because you don't know what's to come. If you knew that, you wouldn't be in such a shitty ass position, right? Just keeping it real. So when it gets to that point, you know, Spirit is trying to tell you, hey, well, what can we do to avoid ever coming back to this place? Like, what can we do to never bring ourselves back here? So that's where it comes with this quiet retreat. Also with partnership, okay, this also has a lot to do with whether or not the person in your life or people in your life are beneficial to you, okay? Are they blocking you from or preventing you from focusing on your priorities? Because it says block out distractions. So what are these things that you need to block out, right? But it says your life purpose and other priorities need your undivided attention. So it's time for you to take charge of your schedule and working environment by turning off electronics and avoiding anyone or anything that distracts you from what's important. See there? You already know what these distractions are, and you have the power to responsibly block them out. So whatever these things are, whoever these people are, block them out, because what? They're in the way, okay? It gets to that point. They're in the way at this point, right? So let us see what else Spirit wants to say to the air signs. This is for Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. First week of April, Spirit. What do we want to say? First week or first 10 days? Let's do first 10 days of April. All right, we're going to take it. First 10 days of April. Trust the divine plan, okay? Trust the divine plan. So like I said, while this seems like discombobulation, the magic zone, 43-7, divine ascension, divine intervention, Spirit taking over, Spirit is guiding you here, okay? So this is something that I feel like I said, with these blocking out distractions and all of that other stuff, this is something you can overcome or something you already have, okay? So this is either going to happen during the first 10 days or it's already happened, and during the first 10 days you're going to experience, the flip side of things, okay? But over here it says speak up, okay? Speak up. This could be you speaking up towards the person, like I said, or the thing that you need to cut off, okay? Especially with this quiet retreat here, all right? Maybe you're removing yourself from a partnership, okay, to focus on what you really want to manifest, okay? Yep, make necessary sacrifices came out. So some of you may be, like I said, separating from a person or a relationship in order to focus on what it is that you genuinely want. Maybe you realize you and this person don't want the same things. Maybe that's why you keep finding yourself in this repetitive negative cycle or this repetitive karmic cycle. And now you're trying to break free of this and elevate. You know, you don't want to keep repeating the same karmic lesson. So if you realize that, hey, I keep passing this test and this person keeps failing the test, but we keep studying together, so you're supposed to be helping me, but now because I'm letting you help me, but I was doing better, now I'm doing worse, so you might have to cut that person off. You get what I'm saying? If this is the thing, this is how you know a relationship is good. If you and the person are evolving and are growing and are, you know, getting to a better place in life, then that relationship or that friendship is good for you. It is healthy. If you are standing still, you're not progressing, or your life is going backwards, you know, that's not it, okay? So you have to realize and you have to know what's for you, okay? So it says make necessary sacrifices here. So let us see. I feel this one real heavy. It says accept disappointments gracefully. Accept disappointments gracefully, okay? So yeah, it's disappointing, but in the meanwhile, visualize abundance in all forms is what it's saying. It says land gracefully. So that's two things, gracefully, land gracefully. This is the afterglow. After you've gone through all this, right? And then two, right here where it says behold, you are the inspiration you've been searching for. Maybe this entire time you've been searching for, you know, that happiness in a partner, that whatever's been missing in a partner or in a relationship. and you're not getting it. And you've been trying to hold on to this person just so you can have that thing. You can have that family. You can have that happily ever after. You can have that, whatever it is. But you realize, like I said, you and this person, you're just on two different paths. So you keep repeating this negative ass cycle while you're trying to move forward. You just keep repeating stuff. So it's like, okay, you have to make that necessary sacrifice to just cut that off and then accept what's happening here. Trust that there's a bigger picture. Spirit's not going to take anything from you unless it's to give you something better. Okay? So that's just how I feel. Okay? Let us see other messages for our air signs. Become a clear channel. And with this is what I was talking about before when I said manifestation and intent. Hand in hand. Okay? A lot of the time people want to manifest things, but they're not setting their intentions clearly. And if your intention is clear and you know what you want, then your partner should be just as clear. Okay? And if it's not, then maybe that's not the right person. Right? Maybe that's not the thing for you. Let us see. Messages for the air signs. Quick past, present, and future. For the air signs. Let us see. Quick past, present, and future. For the air signs. Yeah, I feel like a lot of you are going to be cutting this off and you're going to be single, going to be independent, stepping back into that independent role, focusing back on your priorities, getting your life back in temperament. That's the energy that I feel here. Speaking of the devil, temperance energy here, saying that you're going to be back in synergy, balancing out your energy again. Okay, this is also dealing with sobriety for some of you. Some of you may have been dealing with alcoholism, okay, and now you're getting to that point where you are going to be sobering up. Okay, I also feel here for a lot of you, with this speaking up energy, you're going to be telling your true story, okay, or telling your side of the story rather. Okay, letting this person know how you feel. Okay, no longer backing down to whoever this individual is, okay, whoever this person is, but they're going to be speaking up, speaking your truth, letting how you really feel be known. With this moon card too, I also feel like there's going to be some truths that are going to be revealed to you in maybe the next, I don't know, few days, maybe 3 to 5 days is what I feel. Okay, under a week, so about 3 to 5 days. All right, we have the Ace of Swords here. So yeah, like I said, you're definitely going to be cutting that person out, cutting that thing out, in order to progress yourself and level up, okay, as you should. We have the Lovers card here in reverse, exactly. So that relationship is going to be getting cut off. All right, snip, snip. That was not it for you. All right, it sounds like I don't care, but that's not necessarily true. I definitely care. I always care about you, your feelings, all of that stuff. Please believe me if you know me and you deal with me on a regular basis, which I do over 300 readings every month. But if you deal with me on a regular basis, you know I'm extremely compassionate. It's just that when you see that something is not working and it's not beneficial for you, but now it's something that is causing you harm or something that is holding you back, then no, I don't really, no, I don't want you to fight for that. I'm sorry, no. All right, and we have the Knight of Wands here in reverse. Some of you are going to, even though you're going to cut this situation off, some of you are still going to be very hesitant when it comes to displaying your passion towards whatever this is that you really want. But it's okay, because in the meanwhile, you're focused on visualizing what it is that you want anyway. I don't really see the need for you to rush and do anything, okay? We have the Two of Wands here. Maybe what you guys are going to be trying to decide on is where you want to move. Like I said and mentioned before, some of you are going to be moving. All right, so I see you trying to figure out where it is that you want to move. So you may break up, but you may still live in the same space, okay, until you figure out what it is that you want to do next or where it is that you want to go. I feel like some of you are going to be traveling around the world. So that's why you're going to be thinking. It's not like, oh, I just have to find another apartment in the same city. No, I have to figure out what state I want to be in, or I have to figure out what country I want to move to. Like, it's that type of energy, okay? Yeah, we have the Hierophant here in reverse, and we also have the King of Swords in reverse. I also feel like for some of you who are dealing with another air sign, this person is not going to agree with this decision to separate, okay? This is possibly why it's difficult for you to make the decision in the first place. All right, this person won't let you leave. But if it's a karmic cycle that keeps being repeated 9 out of 10 times, more like 10 out of 10 times, it's a karmic partner. So karmic partners typically don't want you to leave, okay? Why would they? But I feel here with the Three of Wands, you're going to be going anyway, okay? You're going to be going. This is a blessing that this person can't block, okay? I feel like they've been extremely verbally abusive. I feel like they've been emotionally manipulative towards you as well in the past. And it's just time for you to move on, okay? So 6 of Wands, you get victory with this after all. I feel like some of you have been feeling smothered in this situation or relationship for a really long time. And this is going to be like your way out, okay? So if this resonated with you, give it a thumbs up. If you enjoyed watching it, give it a thumbs up. And if you have not already, go ahead and subscribe, guys. Peace and hair grease.